Welcome to the Writer's Journey podcast. I'm Michael Laran, a science fiction and fantasy author on a journey to go from nobody to bestseller, and I'm documenting every step of the way. Tune in every week as I pull back the curtain on my writing life and how I'm building a writing career while working a full-time job, raising a family, and attending law school classes in the evenings. You can find show notes for this week's episode, a free starter library of my fiction, and much more at michaellaran.com. Hello and welcome to episode 77. 77 is a good number, right? So this week, I'm going to follow up on my last week's episode in which I was talking about how, I wasn't feeling very well. And it's actually a funny story, and I literally cannot make this up. So I recorded that episode, and I was feeling a little under the weather, like, I don't think I'm going to be well here either in the next few hours or the next day or so. Well, I recorded the episode, and then I was editing it, and then literally after I clicked the upload button to Libsyn, my podcast provider, I literally started getting chills. Like, I was getting chills so bad I couldn't talk. And I was like, wow, I have good timing. and then lo and behold, I fell ill with like a 104 fever and had to go to the doctor that night. And yeah, it was pretty bad. So I had some sort of fly-by-night virus. I don't know what it was. It wasn't the flu, but it was, it was pretty bad. So I was out of commission for probably about 2 or 3 days. Couldn't think right, couldn't think properly. This sort of thing happens, right? When you're in the middle of things and you're working on projects and then you get sick, and then it just becomes difficult to keep your momentum, and then you got to figure out, am I going to catch up, or do I just let some things go? And so I just let most of things go. Honestly, I didn't do any writing. I didn't check my emails for 2 to 3 days. I didn't do much of anything writing-wise because I just knew that my mind wasn't there. And so I had to put some things on hold for a little bit, and that was okay, because I always say, and I think I said this last week, that you just got to take care of yourself. When you take time off and just take care of yourself, you get better faster. And I don't know, I just find that you can get back at it faster. You can get back on the horse faster, so to speak. Whereas if you try to push yourself and try to get work done even while you're sick and stretch yourself pretty thin, then it takes you longer to recover, and sometimes you can even get sicker, right? So, it wasn't the greatest 2 or 3 days, but I'm through it, and I feel much better now, and I'm on the mend. Yeah, so I was just going to talk about that and talk about sickness and how we all have setbacks in our lives and how these things happen, right? And I'm coming into the most difficult part of the year for me, and I was like, oh, this is horrible timing. But actually, it was actually pretty good timing because, classes start this week, and so I think I would like to be sick a lot more before class starts than when class starts. So I've started my law school readings and got my first few assignments, and I haven't gone to my first class yet as I record this, but as you listen to this, I probably will be in my first class, so wish me luck. Taking employment discrimination like I talked about last week, and some of the reading is pretty interesting. Some of the things that I'm learning are interesting about case law and about procedure and how these claims are filed, and who is an employee and who is an employer under Title VII, at least here in the United States. So there's a lot of things that I'm learning, and like I said, this was the number one reason I went to law school. So I'm definitely spending the time and soaking up the material. So that is really cool. I did want to let you guys know too that a buddy of mine, Dale L. Roberts, runs a great YouTube channel, and he's I like to call him a sister channel or a brother channel, better yet, a brother channel. We often do videos on many of the same things. And he actually did a video last week that was the top 10 YouTube channels for writers in 2019. And he listed me as number 1. So that was pretty cool. He said that I leveled up my game, and he really enjoyed the videos that I did this year. And Dale's a friend of mine. Dale is great. I like to promote his content a lot. So if you have not checked him out, definitely check out Self-Publishing with Dale. I'll drop a link to the specific video that he mentioned me on in his channel, but I'll also drop a a link to his YouTube channel. So yeah, this is kind of a weird week for me because I don't have a whole lot of updates because I was sick. And, I'm just focusing at this point on consistency. So right now it is about, it's Monday at 6:46 a.m. in the morning. And I have just finished a recording session on Author Level Up. So I woke up at 4:30 this morning, shot two pretty long Author Level Up videos. And I shouldn't say long videos, but they were pretty involved. There were a lot of moving parts to the videos that I had to record and re-record. And so I finished those about 10 minutes ago. And now I'm recording this week's episode of the podcast because my law classes start tomorrow and Tuesday and Thursday. And so I'm not quite sure what my schedule is going to look like. And so I wanted to kind of get everything done ahead of classes starting for the week, just so that I can focus on that. And then after I finish recording this, I'm actually going to record another week of the Writing Tip of the Day podcast. So I've actually never done this before. I've never actually sat down and done a video shoot, a podcast shoot, and then another podcast shoot. It's kind of kind of insane. But again, it just goes to, I talk about how committed I am to consistency, right? So after today, I did the math. I've got 12 weeks that I've got to get through. Or actually, it's 15 weeks that I have to get through in order to survive this crunch time. So that means that's 15 videos that I have to produce for Author Level Up. And that's 15 podcast episodes that I have to do for the writer's journey. Writing Tip of the Day doesn't matter because, like I said, I've already recorded episodes to the end of the year and they're locked and loaded. So that doesn't matter. And so after today, I will actually have 5 Author Level Up videos in the pocket. So ready to go in the pocket. That's a third of the videos that I need to survive for the crunch time, right? So that is consistency. That's what this looks like, right? So I have videos that are batched out 5 weeks in the future, and then I'm going to have, if I'm lucky, another shoot later this week where I'll have 2 more videos done. So that'll be 7 videos, and we'll just keep on trucking, right? And so my goal is not to miss a single week of any of my content this fall. So yeah, that's what's going on with me. Like I said, I wish I had more things to update you guys on. I hope you all are having a phenomenal week, and wish me luck with law school. I will definitely be back with some more stories on how that goes. It's definitely going to be interesting. Definitely going to be interesting. So I'll share more about that. But in the meantime, I hope that you have a fantastic week, and I'll holler at you next Thursday. Thanks for joining me this week. If you enjoyed this episode, you'll enjoy my backlist episodes at michaelaran.com/podcast. For your free starter library of my favorite novels, join my fan club by visiting michaelaran.com/fanclub. If you're a writer and want to connect with me further, check out my YouTube channel, Author Level Up, for helpful writing advice at authorlevelup.com. Thanks for listening, and I'll be back next week.